You're confident you have plenty of storage. You check, and now you're almost out of space. And why is system data so huge? What happened? Let's take a closer look. You bought your new Mac or MacBook. You might have invested in additional storage, which can be eye-wateringly expensive nowadays. You look at your storage and settings a month or two later, and there's only a little tiny bit left. The natural reaction is panic. You got to clear that up so you have room to save new files. Let me show you why it might not be so bad after all. Let's look a little closer at the storage breakdown. What you need to do is open up the Settings app, go to General, and then go to Storage. After a little bit, the bar graph up at the top will calculate all of the storage of the different elements on your hard drive. When you hover over the different color elements within the bar graph, you will actually get callouts for the storage space that those category of elements are taking up. Now, when it comes to storage, there are plenty of things that you can manage yourself, such as apps, documents, your photos, messages, music, and your videos, mail, trash, stuff like that. But there's a couple of things that macOS will manage for you. And first and most obvious is the space it takes to hold the files that make up your operating system. And there's also system data. This video is going to cover system data specifically. Tackling downloads, photos, and other storage categories are a different topic. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to cover those. Okay, you may have noticed already the relative enormity of system data. As you see here, mine is occupying half of my hard drive. Alarming? Maybe. Maybe not. So what is in system data itself? It's actually a collection of files macOS uses to enhance your computing experiences. macOS will optimize the size of this collection based on your needs. If you need more space for your files, that space will be freed up for you when you need it. Bottom line, in most instances, you can ignore system data and go about your regular computing life. No kidding. That said, if you want to understand what's actually in there and take control of it anyway, let's take a deeper dive. So what's actually in this system data catch-all? Well, it's going to contain operating system caches, logs, temporary files, things like that, and it might contain backups from your mobile devices like your iPhone and your iPad. If you run Time Machine backups, it could contain several backup snapshots. And what is a backup snapshot? Essentially, these allow limited use of Time Machine to restore files when you're disconnected from the external drive that macOS uses for Time Machine backups. Think about it as when you're out and about with your MacBook and you notice that you need to pull a file from a backup. These snapshots will allow you to use Time Machine in a pinch like that. So how do we free up the storage taken up by system data? Let's start with those snapshots, but before we do, I'm going to be covering how to make modifications to your computer that could result in unexpected behavior in your apps and operating system. I have to say that this video is shared for informational purposes, and I cannot be responsible for any unexpected results from those actions. And your mileage will vary. Some people will realize more significant storage gains than others. So let's get into it and see if this is all worth it. Okay, let's get back to clearing snapshots out of system data. First, what we need to do is find out whether or not a backup is currently running. To do that, go to the Settings app, General, and Time Machine. If a backup is running, wait until it completes. Once Time Machine is idle, what we need to do is click Options and choose Manually. This will ensure that a backup does not begin while we're deleting snapshots. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and open the Disk Utility app. You can open that with Spotlight. And once that is open, under the View pull-down menu, I want you to click Show APFS Snapshots. In here, you will see a list of snapshots that are residing on your hard drive. Go ahead and select all of those snapshots and then click the minus button that you see underneath that list of snapshots. Then confirm the deletion. Now be warned, after you click the delete button, it could take several moments before it actually shows that it's completed the deletion. Then go back to the Time Machine settings in the Settings app. Under Options, go ahead and set the backup frequency to automatically every hour or day or week, whatever setting makes sense for you. Okay. This may feel scary, but it's actually relatively low risk. Know that your backups on your external drive remain untouched with your data intact. And here's a reality check. As Time Machine runs, those backups are going to build up again. But remember, macOS will reduce the number of snapshots if you need that storage for your files. And real quick, if you're finding value in this video, please click the like button. And if you like videos like this one, go ahead and click subscribe. Now let's address app caches. As you use apps, they use file caches to run smoothly and conveniently for you. Over time, cache files build up. If you stop using an app or if you uninstall it, the cache often remains. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is close all apps first. Just check to see what's running down in your dock. Make sure they're all closed. Then I want you to open the Finder. I want you to go to the Go pull-down menu and then click Go to Folder. In here, I want you to type in tilde. That's this key on your keyboard. We'll start over. Enter tilde/library/caches. The tilde ensures that you navigate to your user level caches. The folder will open and you're going to see many folders and files within that directory. Verify that the path in the path bar includes Macintosh, users, and then the name of your account followed by library and caches. If you don't see the path bar at the bottom of your Finder window, go to the View pull-down menu and then click Show Path Bar. For comparison, this is the system level caches folder. Just know not to mess with any of the folders and files in this area. This can have catastrophic consequences for your operating system. What I want to do real quick is find out how much actual space my user level app caches are actually occupying. If I select all of the folders and files, then I can click in an empty area. I can go down to Get Info, but before I click it, I'm going to hold down the Option key so that it will turn into Show Inspector. Click that, and I can see how many items and approximately how much space it's taking up. You'll see that mine is reporting 8.21 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes are 8 gigabytes, but it's not huge in the grand scheme of things on my hard drive. Now, with them all selected, you can go ahead and right-click and move them to trash. And if you do move them to trash, make sure you empty the trash after you're done to actually really and truly free up the disk space. So here, a select all, delete all approach can free up space and let macOS rebuild a leaner collection of caches. But the price could be short-term unexpected behavior, and some app settings could return to default. I recommend a measured approach. Change Finder to the list view and take a closer look at the list. If you had removed an app but still see the cache folder or file, moving it to trash is a minor risk. With my cache's size around 8 gigabytes, I'm gonna leave well enough alone. For me, this is a small trade-off for smooth computing. And here's the reality check for app caches. As you use apps, those caches will build up again. But at least the caches for those unused apps won't return. And I mentioned earlier that iPhone and iPad backups might actually be part of system data. Now, if you are backing up your iPhone or iPad to your Mac, you're going to manage the backups in Finder. Just connect the device, then under Locations, find the name of your mobile device, iPad for me, and in here you'll be able to manage the backups. I actually don't have any on my Mac. Now, if you're backing up your iPhone and iPad to iCloud like I am, this is how to check for unneeded backups in system data. Open Finder, and once again, click the Go pull-down menu, and then click Go to Folder. Then enter ~application_support/MobileSync, one word, /backup. Now, I'm going to have that string in the description below so that you can copy and paste it. After you press the return key, you are going to see a folder, and there might be some files in there. They're going to have unrecognizable file names. Now, if you are backing up to iCloud, then deleting these files is no risk. Select it, right-click, and click Move to Trash. Okay, let's take a look at the results. Let's go to Settings. Under General, let's click Storage. And we see at the top that System Data is reporting that I am using 481.3 gigabytes. And I can also scroll down to the bottom of the list and verify that number as well. If you'll recall, I started with the system data size of 518.8 gigabytes. My ending, again, 481.3 gigabytes. So I really gained about 37.5 gigabytes, if I did my math right. Okay, so what did I do? I deleted all of my backup snapshots. Now, as I use Time Machine in the future, these are just going to build back up. While I didn't delete any of my app caches, the gain there would have been perhaps a third of the 8 gigabytes that I noticed in there. So that would have saved about maybe 2.5 gigabytes. And I didn't have any local backups from my iPhone or iPad. So for me, these actions didn't result in a significant gain in storage space. And to be honest, I did not expect to see any real gain from these steps. And here's my philosophy. Personally, I just live with it. Yes, even with system data dominating half of my storage, my computing experiences have been smooth and there's been no warnings about limited data storage, and I'll worry about it when I need to. Because likely cleaning up files that I can manage, like documents and movie files, will be easier and more effective than digging through system data. Okay, now you have a better understanding of that huge portion of your storage graph. You know how macOS deals with system data. You know how to manually reduce its size. You have the confidence to tackle system data or the comfort to just live with it. So what is the size of your system data, and what strategies do you undertake to keep it under control? Share in the comments. And until next time, have fun, stay safe, and keep learning.